Whew. Boy, oh boy. Here we are. Getting water again. Let's check the hair today. Eh? Can you see, is it gray showing up? Okay, there's the sun. Lots of gray. Okay, so what are we doing? We're getting water, obviously. Boy, there was been a lot of rain up here. And I wasn't going to come today, but I'm sitting right on a rock. That's weird. Okay, well, whatever. See, how's this water looking? Are you rolling? Yep. Oh, it's looking pretty good, actually. Sometimes with a lot of rain, it can get cloudy, but I guess that's good. Yeah, so it's been raining a lot. Some heavy rain, but a lot of sort of light rain. And as I've mentioned, as I've mentioned, is that clear? I don't like to get water while it's raining because trying to avoid any kind of surface contamination into the water that comes to here. I'm trying to avoid that. But it rained a tiny bit when I was coming up. And it's been, it was maybe raining late this morning and then it stopped. And I thought it would start raining hard again, but it usually does later in the afternoon, eh? But not today, but maybe later. Anyway, but it might also be this bulk of rain is starting to slowly diminish, and it looks like we might get some clearer weather over the next few days, or the weekend maybe, hard to say. But anyway, it's not raining now, so that's great. So it's afternoon, which is usually I come in the morning, so it's afternoon, and I thought, I'll come up now. And also, I have to say, I'm feeling a little discombobulated, and a nice walk in the forest does wonders for discombobulation. I find. I was thinking about what I should blab about today. I guess I was going to talk about this, the northern jet streams. It's not news, but anyway, I'll mention that a bit. But I guess I'll just mention my fundraisers in its last week. It's really short. I only did it for 2 weeks. And I raised my goal and a bit more as well, which is great. It's so amazing. Thanks to everyone for helping, and I'm just always so touched by the willingness of people to help out, and I don't know what to say. Well, other than thanks, appreciate it truly. Anyway, so I reached the 500, and actually I'm up at around 550 at the moment. The one thing that you might have caught in my various posts and things is that the grading is now going to be in December, because there's a big kendo tournament, ASEAN kendo tournament in Jakarta in August. So I guess when Sensei down in Bangkok said August and December, it was the big tournament. Maybe he forgot, or it just wasn't set or something. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll just save my pennies, save what I've raised for December. One thing I mentioned on my little webpage for the fundraiser is that because it's December, my transportation costs might be higher because it's the high season. Anyway, so, but maybe I'll try to see if I can get close to $600. It's Canadian, right? So it's a lot less in US dollars. And that should be plenty. I don't see how I need any more than that. So if you happen to, you can donate. I'll just put it towards other kendo stuff. Oh, it's heavy. I'm a little underpowered today, I have to say. I woke up, I was just tired, and this is how it is, I don't want to complain about being old, because I'm only 61, but still, I feel that some less consistency in terms of energy levels. That's not really a problem for me because if my energy level's low, I can just do whatever, right? I don't have a fixed thing I have to do in my life, so that's very lucky for me. And I like it. Try to keep it that way if I can. Has its downsides. Mostly having to do fundraisers to go get kendo stuff. Go get kendo grade. AKA financial whatever. Anyway, yeah. Okay, but anyway, I'll put a link to the fundraiser in case anyone wants to contribute something. But anyway, the one thing that really startled me this week was something that Robin Westenra, who's a fellow down in New Zealand who often does blog posts and Facebook posts on environmental things. Friends with Kevin Hester and that bunch, I guess. And anyway, it was from Earth Null School, which is, if you don't know Earth Null School, it's a great resource for just to see what's going on in the Earth's climate systems and winds, water current, all kinds of things. Anyway, there's all kinds of settings. It takes a while to figure it all out, and I know some of it, and a lot of it I don't quite know. It's not my expertise, but I'm sure you can get it figured out. And Paul Beckwith references it a lot, as do others. Anyway, so the post was the current showing the jet streams in the northern hemisphere and how completely twisted, like they're just there are all these little circles twisting around each other, whereas normally be like this wavy band that would go across the northern hemisphere. So you look at it, it's just like a mess. It's just like a dog's breakfast of jet streams. It's like so, and really dipping way south and way north, which is why I think you get these really cold periods in southern areas, and then some really hot swings up in the far north. Anyway, yeah, but what's really startling, I think, is if you can just sort of with your computer cursor move it around so you see the say centered over Antarctica, and then look at that jet stream, and it's more or less. There's one near the center that's spinning around each other, but mostly it's just this one long band that's kind of waving. Oh, so beautiful, like it used to be in the north. I guess it's because the temperature differential in the north is less wide, as in the southern temperatures and the northern temperatures. So the northern temperatures get raising, and so there's less difference. And I believe that the difference in temperature helped keep the jet stream stable and created kind of a barrier, right, between northern air and southern air mixing. And that's a very simplistic way of putting it. So I'm sure there's a better way of putting it, but I think that's the gist of it. But when you look at the Antarctic one, it looks more or less like I remember learning about the jet stream in school, you know. And then you flip it back up to the Arctic. It's just, what the hell? Jesus. As Paul Beckwith says, there's no new normal. There is no new normal. Yeah. Right. That's all I had to say, I guess. I don't know what to say about it, but that's where we're at. I haven't heard much about Greta Thunberg lately. Probably good, give her a break, you know. Give the girl a rest. Anyway, I was also listening to some of the videos that Natalia Shakova have been in. She's Russian, but she's at the University of Fairbanks, I think, in Alaska, and I forget the name of the organization, but it's basically studying Arctic ice, and she's a kind of expert in methane releases. Anyway, so I guess I should link these to my video. yeah, so some really, really, it's really good to listen again to Shakova, Dr. Shakova, and what she's saying about what's going on, especially like places like the East Siberian Arctic Shelf and Laptev Sea and all that, where it's very shallow, you know. Yeah, good to be reminded. She's, yeah, I think there's lots of people that probably hardly anyone knows her. People should know Dr. Shakova the same way everyone knows Greta Thunberg, right? Like, in my hopes, wishes. Because, I mean, of course, Greta's a kid and it's very beautiful and all that. But Shakova, she's like, no spin. She's just like, boom, boom, this is what's going on, right? No ideological weirdness spinning around it like you hear so much these days. On both sides, like both the that's my opinion, right? But both on the like the far kind of anti or the climate change denial area, which is mostly right, but who can say anymore? And then also the nutcase scenario on the left. People are anyway. That's way too general and not very kind. But there's ideological weirdnesses, I think, going on all around, right? Maybe it's because it's spun up with so much hypocrisy and I don't know. Get rid of cows. It's like, yeah, let's keep the fuel, but get rid of the food. Oh, well, there you go. I woke up. I've had a headache all morning. Almost never have headaches, but today I had one. Ugh. And I thought, my head hurts, so I don't know if I should go. Okay, well, I'll go for walking and I'll just ignore it. But now the headache's almost gone. It's just like right here. Just almost gone. So just a walk in the woods and chatting with my friends on the video. Hello, internet. Anyway, so I guess also, how far are we along now? 12 minutes. This might be the shortest video ever. Lots of people have been saying, oh, I've been watching your water walks. Because before I've basically thought, okay, it's Brendan and Su Chang watch my water walks. So two, that's good enough for me. Don't get me wrong. I love it that they both share them and comment on them. But now there's all kinds of people that have said, oh, I watch your water walks all the time. I'm like, really? Wow, that's so great. Thanks for letting me know. So let's cheers to y'all on that in the forest. Okay. Yeah, I guess okay. I guess that's it. What else is new? I got new boots. Look at this. These are rain boots. Okay, this is a pretty funny story. Not really funny, actually, but it's a good story. I have trouble with getting rubber boots here. We call them rubber boots. They're kind of like rain boots. But they're rubber and they're boots, so that's why we call them rubber boots in Canada and maybe elsewhere. Wellingtons, the Brits say. Anyway, and here I have really big feet. Like incredibly big feet. Like in European sizes, there's too much information, but like 45. Like when I was in grade 9, one of the teachers, we had this little swimming pool in our high school, and one of the swimming teachers comes up, what are you, half fish? I went, look at my feet. Anyway, right, so my main point is that it's really hard for me to get boots that fit, right? So I usually get them a little small, and it's okay for an hour or so, but after an hour, they're like crunching down on the big toe, and because they're stretchy, right? So you can kind of get away with it for a while. But after an hour or 2 hours, it's just like, oh, it hurts, right? So I got these boots online at a Thai online place called Lazada. Not just Thai, but of course I go to the Thai one. And they had, 11 and a half British sizes. I went, that should fit. But you never know, right? You never know. Sizes are tricky. So I ordered them just in case, and I thought, if they didn't fit, I could return them, which they'll let you do. That's great. But they fit great. They're just so great. I love them. I'm just so chuffed, you know. I might actually, on my leather boots, my leather walking boots that I make, they're kind of like moccasins, but I have the moccasin bottom to about here, right? And then I have these leggings that go up to here, kind of like for protection from snake bites and scratchy branches and things when I'm hiking. But on the bottom, I sew on some rubber boot, like the soles of a rubber boot. So I have one that's too small and the toes kind of hang out at the end, like an inch. It works fine. But now I'm thinking, I'm going to get a Canadian GST rebate. When I get that in July, I'm going to buy a new pair, cut them, and then sew on the new sole on my moccasins. It's going to be great. And the other thing about these boots, just climbing, I wasn't sure how grippy they'd be on the wet trails and the leafy trails, but they're great. They're really good. Oh, love them. And the other thing is, they're just like going barefoot, right? There's no heel on these ones, and I look for that, right? I don't like a heel. I mean, there is a slight heel of maybe 0.5 centimeter, which in my books doesn't really count. So I like everything as close to barefoot as possible. Yeah. Anyway, so there you go. All about the boots today. Boots, Kendall Fundraiser, Northern Jet Stream. Okay, so hope everyone's doing great. And I'm not sure if I'll continue this as I go down, but this might just be it for today. Okay, take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Ciao. Okay, well, obviously I'm a terrible, terrible liar. I thought that was going to be the end, but there was so much beautiful bird sound and amphibian sound, and even some insect sounds. I thought, I should just film it. So what's coming up ahead is about 8 minutes of just straight me walking through the forest and bird sound. So you can be free of me talking between here and can be free of me talking between here and here. So what a nice day it turned out to be. Sun's peeking out. It's gonna rain more. That's just this time of year. It's how it is, you know. But I tell you something. You know, it's almost a cliche, but my spirits are feeling a little low. There's nothing like a nice walk in the forest to just change perspectives around. It's so nice. Anyway, I already said goodbye, but I'll say it again. So, hope everyone's doing great. Have a look down there. Hope everyone's doing great. And until the next time, thanks for checking in on my water walks, and hope everyone's doing great. And this isn't an advice channel, but if I were to say one thing, it would be try to get out in nature. Try to get out in the forest. Try to get out on the grasslands if that's where you're from. Okay, bye.